Samurai Maiden is a game that I've been very excited for, and I know a lot of you have been as well. I love waifu action games, and I was actually going to stream a full playthrough of it as soon as I finished the Callisto Protocol, but now some very sad news about the game has come out because it has been censored and the translations are very bad. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and to the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month or support the channel via YouTube memberships. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So this is a Sankaku Complex article. We're going to start with the censorship. It says Samurai Maiden sexy pantsuit censored with Black Void. After all, I had a lot of high hopes for this game, but I also was pretty afraid that it was going to be censored in some way, shape, or form. Because unfortunately, a lot of games like this that release now are censored in some way, or they have something wrong with them. There's no games that release like this lately that are perfect. But it says it seems like the Black Void censoring some of the pantsu in past trailers for Samurai Maiden still exist after all, as it was discovered that the pantsu is covered up whenever the player pauses the game, a compromise that will leave many critics angry over developers continuing to control what content players are allowed to consume. I always say this, but this is not a game made for children. It is made for adults, so you shouldn't be censoring it, because if an adult wants to look up one of these characters' skirts, oh boy, is it really that serious? No, they should be able to. It says the discovery was made by a Twitter user who shared a screenshot showing the game's pantsu, and another that revealed that they are turning into a black void when the game is paused, no doubt to keep players from oogling them. There have been so many amazing games that have released where, yes, screenshots where you're looking up one of the female character skirts go viral, but that's the thing, is they're still going viral. They're still getting these companies clicks and attention, and honestly, you would think that they would be fine with leaving that content in a game like this because it's just kind of the theme with this title, right? You're playing it because there's, pretty waifus and it's action and you can dress them up the way that you want. The more options for consumers, the better. I think that they could have just added a censorship mode like Platinum Games did with Bayonetta 3, but unfortunately, we do not have a choice in this game. Sadly, as you can see, this was the original screenshot. This is the content that should be in the game, but now they've decided to black that whole entire area out so that you cannot enjoy the pantsu anymore. It says, judging from the button prompts on the one screenshot, it seems that this is in the Switch version of the game, and the Switch was known for usually allowing such service, which means the other versions of the game are probably censored as well. Yeah, I would assume that if it's censored on Switch, it's censored on everything. This could just be because the developers decided to do this, but we don't know at this point in time why this has happened. But to top it all off, there's another situation surrounding this game because Samurai Maiden's English translation is even worse than in the trailers. This is so disappointing to me because I've been looking forward to this game for months, and now all of this is happening, and honestly, I don't know if I want to play it anytime soon. So it says the censoring of the pantsu in Samurai Maiden seems to be only the beginning of the nonsense surrounding the title, as it was divulged that the horrid translations from the English trailers are mild in comparison to the game itself, as the main heroine educates her friends on Gen Z kids and boomers. The English subtitled trailers for Samurai Maiden referred to the main character as a Gen Z girl, while the original Japanese trailers were audibly saying high school girl, and a phrase was also removed that said normal high school girl for average young woman instead. Yeah, the trailers did seem a little bit janky when it came to the subtitles and translations, but I think a lot of us were hoping that that wouldn't be the content in the game, that it was just kind of the way that the trailer was laid out, and it wasn't going to, unfortunately, ruin the experience that does seem to be ruined. It says a Twitter user handily took screenshots of the dialogue in the game's English version and compared it with the dialogue in the original Japanese version. It says, anyway, tell us about your world. We've all talked about ours, but I'm super interested in the future. I don't really know how to describe it. You said something about being a Gen Z. What does that involve? It means someone my age, Generation Z. And they did remove, as it says, high school girl. They changed it to, average young woman. It's just awful, in my opinion. This is the type of thing that kills any excitement that I have for a game, and I know a lot of you feel the same. It says Samurai Maiden involves the main character being transported back to the Sengoku period in Japan, and she must slay hordes of undead monsters and beasts on her journey. The insertion of such immersion-breaking Western slang is completely unnecessary, as the original Japanese version was merely explaining the main heroine's modern-day school system to characters who don't live in that era. I don't see any problems with the original Japanese dialogue. I see zero reason why they had to change it, besides that they thought it would do better with Western audiences and modern audiences. Those people are not going to buy your game anyway. They are going to look at the content, look at the characters and go, oh hell no, there is no way I'm going to spend money on this title. So all you're really doing is turning off your real consumers, the people who would actually spend time with this title, like me, like many of you guys. Sadly, this game is now pretty ruined. I don't know if I'm going to pick it up or if I'm going to play it anytime soon at this point. I am sick and tired of hearing about situations like this. It's like you have to research games before you buy them, because half of them are censored and toned down, and they have dialogue like this, and you don't know what you're going to get when you're buying games like this. It is very sad. It is very unfortunate. I am going to be keeping my eye on this game. Maybe they'll make a statement on all of these changes. They probably won't, like most companies, but at the end of the day, yes, unfortunately, the English translations are worse than the trailers, and the sexy pantsuit has been censored with a black void. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it and found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.